Happy Aries season, everyone. This episode is brought to you by ShaYah the Indigo for the April Energy Forecast Report, right here on the MetaSpiritualist. We have reached the beginning of the zodiac, with Aries being the first during its annual solar return right at the Spring Equinox. We welcome the sun and the moon in Aries. There will be 2 new moons for this month, and we are encouraged to eat better, drink more water, and pace yourself, as it is easy to get carried away and overthink to get things done. So let's get right on into this episode. Take a listen. The MetaSpiritualist is guided by the creator of the universe through prayer, meditation, and sound healing. Hey, ShaYah, how you doing today?
Hi, beautiful. I am wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing good. Just here trying to keep my head straight, girl. It's crazy around these parts.
Oh, yeah. It's a lot going on in the ethers, and I've been feeling like my head's spinning, like so much going on. It seems like time has sped up, almost hard to keep up. But yeah, of course, there's an explanation for that.
All right, let's get into it, boo. I'm ready. Girl, I'm ready for this one because I have my little template ready. I left my notebook at home. So I'm gonna just write this down on a piece of paper and then transpose it into my notebook, because I have to have this for when I do the when I put it up online and in the newsletter. So give it to us straight. No filter.
No filter. You know what? That is the most fitting thing that you can say for this month, because it is Aries season, right?
Whoop, whoop.
And shout out to my Aries, the fire signs. Happy birthday to y'all.
Oh, we have quite a few Aries in our network. We have Gigi. She is an Aries. Her birthday just passed, so happy birthday, Gigi. We love you.
Happy birthday.
And coming up is Reverend Blackfire. Kamisha's birthday is on the 15th of April.
That's that fire.
Yes. Energy. My sissy boom, China, over in Cincinnati, Ohio. Whoop whoop! Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, China.
Girl, there's so many of them. My best friend from junior high school, her birthday is coming up this week. It's so many of them.
Yeah, I love their energy. It's the crazy part about how the months ahead for April is. It's a huge shift for everyone, because in general, Aries energy is the newborn of the zodiac. We're springing forth life. When you look at spring and you see the flowers are blooming, and you see, the trees are blooming, the grass is growing, the bees and the butterflies that came out. Life has sprung forth, and that's Aries energy. Aries is a baby, okay? Yeah. And babies are fearless. They're strong. When they're mad, you're going to know that they're mad. If they want something or they need something and they're not getting it, parents, all of us know. They will yell, scream, cry. This is Aries energy, and it's super strong because the month starts out on a new moon. Okay, on April 1st,
right,
2022, we were in a new moon energy. We're still in that new moon energy. Today is the last day. Of course, new moon or full moon energy is the most potent. 3 days up to this moon phase, the day of, and then 3 days after. So it's a 7-day process of energy. Now, the big deal about this month is that, just to lay it all out for you in one shebang. So we have the sun in Aries, we have the moon in Aries, and then that's the new moon. The full moon is going to be in Libra. It will Libra. The new moon is going to be in Libra. The sun will be in Aries.
Okay.
And then the full moon. Hold on, I'm gonna have to do all of that over.
Okay. Well, while you're doing that, I was gonna pull up my my spreadsheet to make sure that I put it in there correctly for the newsletter.
I was reading the wrong part, so I just don't erase that because I don't like tripping myself up. Okay. Not do that. Can't be doing that. Okay, I'm sorry. So I'm starting over now.
Okay.
So starting out the month of April 1st, 2022, the new moon and the sun will be in Aries. That's the first big event. It's a double event because Aries energy is so powerful by itself. And we have that energy as the sun and the new moon. Okay. Then the full moon is going to be in Libra. And at the same time, we have a partial solar eclipse at the end of the month with another new moon. And both of those, the sun and the moon at that time is going to be in Taurus. So we have 2 new moons in April. And that's huge. Okay, we have the full moon that comes through, as its normal phase. But we have the new moon on the 1st, April 1st, while the sun is also in Aries. And then at the end of the month, the last day, April 30th, we're going to have a partial solar eclipse and the new moon. Both of those will be in Taurus. So this is huge energy because, of course, I always start with the numerology of it all, right? So on the new moon, April 1st, 2022, the numerology of that date breaks down to 11. And that's a big deal all by itself. Of course, the number 11 is a portal.
Mm-hmm.
If we don't know anything else about 11, know that you Google it, you're going to see that it's telling you to watch your thoughts, because whether it's positive or negative, our subconscious is what runs things, truthfully.
Right.
And so, it's strong energy, but you have to use it consciously. You actually can utilize it as opposed to just letting the energy come in and do what it's going to do. It might tear some stuff up, might break some stuff down, because this is Aries energy. And that's warrior spirit type energy. That's Aries is ruled by Mars. And Mars is the planet of war, the planet of passion. And so we have your emotional side of the moon also being in Aries. And then the sun being in Aries. And that's just their action, their fiery energy. Aries is comfortable. The sun is comfortable in Aries because Aries is a fire sign, just like Leo, which is what quote unquote planet the sun rules. So it's fiery energy. And one thing about Aries energy that I love and the number 11 is both of those two things represent action, taking action, being the initiator, being the person to say, I'll do it. The first person to raise their hand, first person to volunteer. If nobody, I'm not going to wait for nobody else to do this. I'm going to just jump in and do what I got to do to get this done so that it's done. That's Aries energy. That's the fire in them, the passion in them. Aries energy has a lot of drive and they get stuff done. You know what I'm saying? They're going to start it and then don't care about any opposition in their way. They're going to do what they got to do because they're impatient. Aries energy is very impatient. It's fast energy. So just like the number 1 representing being the initiator, being the person to start something, a brand new journey that's like, I'm thinking about it like when you watch a race, right? And they shoot the gun for them to start running. That's what this is.
No, they're ready. They're already in the the mark gets set position.
Right.
Before even anyone is walking to get in position, they're already there.
They already there. The energy is there. It's ready. It's stuff to do. But you get the drive, the motivation, and things like that from this energy. But you don't want to use it in a way where you knocking people out on your way. That's right. Aries energy too. This is a warrior type of energy.
Trust me, I know I've been around some of those. And that's the thing, like I typically get along with Aries, being an earth sign. I feel that I can help to ground them and put things in perspective. But I have come across a few very aggressive ones. So it's like, I'm going to
I love it. I love it about them because, they got it honestly. Astrology is so accurate. And it's like, that's one of those signs where they tell, you ask them, what's your sign? And they say it, and it's like, oh, that makes sense. Right. That's one of those signs. But, their energy is special. It's the baby. They're fearless. You know what I mean? So the clash that we will run into, though, is being that the sun and the moon are both in Aries. We have the outside perspective of it, just the overall energy of, I can hear my son in my headphones. Hold on one second. I told them to go outside.
Oh, I can't hear them.
You sure? Because I hear. Oh, okay. Now, if you hear him in the background and we listen to it, I'm gonna be like, dang it. Girl, these kids, it's hard, like, because with me doing the job that I do, you know what I mean? I have to talk to people, and sometimes they hear him in the background. One lady could hear him jumping in the bed. He was in a whole other room, and she could hear it. And she started laughing. I was like, I'm so sorry for hearing my son in the background. She was cracking up. She said, "We're all working from home, girl. It's okay."
That will be one thing I say the pandemic shed light on is working moms, in particular, working parents. Like, you can't get around it. The kids going to be kids, and we just got to make it work,
Yeah. Drive. We need that drive now. I need this energy because, before you get to Aries energy, you have Pisces. And that's the end of the zodiac. And me being a Pisces, let me be a witness that Pisces energy is tiring. It's exhausted. It's, Pisces have lived many lives. They've been through everything. They understand emotions and feelings, and they have the fire. It's a combination of all the signs, all the elements. So as a Pisces, we tired. Like, Pisces are born tired, okay? And I'm serious. So we went from that energy to now it's a brand new beginning. It's time for spring. It's time to spring forward, and it's time to light that fire to go forth and do what you want to do, what you need to do, what you are motivated and are passionate about, because Aries energy is also passion. They're very passionate individuals. So with that being the energy of the sun and the moon, it kind of can be a clash because, of course, the moon energy is your emotional side, and that's feminine energy. Whereas Aries energy is very masculine while it's in the sun. So when you have the element in, a moon phase where it's not all that comfortable, there can be clashes there within ourselves, okay? Because the sun and the moon phases affects all of us as individuals, which of course bleeds out into the collective, which affects humanity as a whole. So, there's a lot of new things starting and a lot of drive and wanting to take action on whatever it is. That's why a lot of people do spring cleaning.
Oh, girl, it's so funny that you say that, because I started doing some My house is still just a mess, but I ordered some shoe storage things. And I don't have anything to do this weekend. So I told my mom just this morning, I said, you know what? This weekend, we are cleaning out closets. We're getting rid of clothes we can't wear anymore. We're cleaning out the refrigerator. We're getting our house in order because this month and next month and the month, this summer, it's going to be nonstop.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is the moment to do just that because you're going to have the energy and the drive to it. That's why it just came to you. We're doing this. A lot of people are probably having that energy right now. And it's so funny because I was just talking to my sister about that. Literally, I was just on the phone with her. I was talking about that. And I'm like, we got to do this. And a part of it is your emotions. You need to clear out clutter emotionally.
Yeah.
And a really good way to do that is by cleaning your space, your living space, organizing. And then starting some gardens, planting some stuff. It's spring. It's spring.
My God.
What I'm saying? That gives you that drive.
You're so funny. Get out of my head. My garden, my first little garden bed came in with the shoe containers.
Wow.
I ordered that and I told my mom, I said, we're going to start the garden. And then this morning, I was scrolling through TikTok and this lady was giving a tutorial on how to create this pesticide from oranges and orange peels. So you soak it, you boil it, you soak it, and then you mash it together. And then you strain it and you put that water into the watering can that you're going to water your plants with. And it keeps all the bugs, mosquitoes, all the aphids, and all of the little mealworms and stuff that you don't want in your plants out.
Wow.
So I was like, ooh, I'm going to make this. And we'll put, as we put the seeds in and stuff. And then I watched another video where she was rooting her sweet potatoes and onions. So she was starting those with, in these mason jars. And I was like, yeah, it's time.
It's time. It's time to do that. Go out there and just get that energy of growing something. This is the beginning of something. That's what the energy is something new, and it's taking action to create whatever it is that you want. And having that urge can clash because, like I said, the sun and moon are both in Aries, and that's uncomfortable for one of those planets, and that's the moon. So, you'll want to overthink to the point of I have to get this done for emotional reasons, like trying to prove a point, or so that your insecurities are baby. I'm gonna give it to you raw. Let me not tell myself I need to clean out my closet. I need to do this because I'm feeling like I'm failing at life. That's gonna be part of it. Seriously, I haven't cleaned my car out in I don't know how long, and I'm just feeling like I'm not doing this life thing right. I'm not adulting. Like that's going to be part of the energy as the moon is there. You're going to want to take action, but for reasons that kind of have to do with the emotions. And doing it can make you feel better, though. It really can.
No, I when I cleaned, so not last week, but the week before, our laundry, our washing machine went out. Now the refrigerator went out months ago. We've been dealing with that for I don't know how long. So I'm just like, okay, God, there's got to be something in all of this for it to all happen at the same time. Yeah. And I said, you know what? There is too much laundry in this house to clean and at the laundromat. So I called the laundry service. They came and they picked up everything. Girl, it was 232 pounds of laundry. And they got it all back, separated and folded. And a lot of it was on hangers. So all we had to do was just put it up. And I'm like, that feels so good to just do.
Yeah, I need to do that because I got 3 children and myself. Laundry is like, I watch cleaning videos. I don't know if that makes me weird. Some people think that that's just a little extra OCD to just watch cleaning videos for fun. I don't know, but I love them.
Mm-hmm.
And this one lady said, if you have more than 2 people in the house, you have to do laundry every day. She said the best way to keep laundry under control is to do it every day. And that's the only thing that would work for me in my life. You know, it's 4 of us. And
it's
so
6 of us.
Oh, see, you have helpers though.
Yeah.
It's just me.
I told my kids, I said, listen, y'all are about to start learning. Like, you know, they're young. So like, it's time for y'all to start learning how to do these types of things yourself.
Yeah. Yep. I've been having that same conversation with mine. I told them we not get past spring without doing this. Y'all got to get this down packed.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you just want your living space to feel better.
Yes.
It stresses me out when I know I need this and that done. So that's why I love when it's spring cleaning time. I love it just because it gives me that drive. It gives me a goal. It gives me a task that I need to do. I feel compelled to do it. Like I can't not do it. And that's Aries energy. That's what I love about this energy, because it gives you the drive that you need to go after whatever it is you need real energy and effort for.
Yeah.
So have you ever been around an Aries? They are so impatient and they move real fast. And you be like, slow down. I'm trying to keep up.
I know who's the exception to that rule. My girlfriend out of Cincinnati, the one I gave a shout out to. She is one of the most patient. Yes, she is an anomaly. I swear to God, she is someone that it takes a lot for her to get to that point where she's just going off.
What? Wow.
Yeah, and she's an Aries. Mm-hmm.
I've never seen that in my life, but I guarantee you her moon or rising or both is Earth. Promise.
It has to be. Because we have literally, like when I used to live in Cincinnati, we'd go out and stuff, and you know, we'd run into homeless people on the sidewalk, or you know, and she would stop and we would pray with them. We would give them whatever leftovers we had from dinner. We would, you know, give them a little money if we had cash on us. And I'm just like watching her. I watched how she raised her kids, and she's super, super patient.
Wow.
That's super patient.
That's beautiful. That's a definite anomaly, like you said.
Yeah.
She's a unicorn.
She is a unicorn. She really is a unicorn. I ain't even gonna lie. That's my girl.
I love that. So, okay. So with the month starting out, right, on the numerology of that date being 11, and that's basically the energy of the number 1, which is perfectly equivalent to Aries energy.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to use a lot of that energy to go forth, to take action, to move. If we haven't been moving, if you got lazy in Pisces season, or depressed, or locked under just this funk, this is the time to shake that off. Literally shake it off and move. If you don't know what to do, if you don't know how to push yourself to, you know, get some energy, you need to eat better, drink more water. You know, when things are growing, a lot of times in April, right, we have April showers. Mm-hmm. So that's part of the process. We need to water our body. My whole life is totally different. Like, it's been, I would have never guessed I'd be here 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Our whole world is different. Everything is just new, and change is scary. That's the crazy part about it, you know. Mm-hmm. And Aries energy in general, they can be scary. You know, Aries energy can be mean. So it's the warrior. They be at war when ain't nobody at war with them. Like, what's going on with this? why so angry? If we go to fast forward from the beginning of the month, I spent a lot of time on that, but let's go to the full moon, which is April 16th, 2022. That number adds up to 18, which breaks down to 9. And this is a full moon in Libra. The numerology of it, the number 9, that's just a beautiful energy. I love 9s. Anyone that you know of that may be a life path number 9, their energy, 3s, 6s, and 9s are always very nurturing. They're always, it's connected to the earth. It's universal, because the universe, I could write a book just on the number 9, literally. And it represents harmony in a way, because of the 6. And a 6 is just a 9 upside down. So that's why that's connected the way that it is. But 3, 6s, and 9s all represent harmony, from universal harmony and like the earth and the cycle of life and everything being in balance. Now, 9 in particular is very homey, very nurturing energy. Astrologically wise, every number has an astrological equivalent. And for the number 9, the zodiac sign that equates mostly with the number 9 is Scorpio energy, which I love, because it's intense. It can be intense in an emotional way. Okay, it's an emotional number, even though it's very earthy because of the harmony aspect of it. But that's a beautiful number to start, to kick off a full moon energy in Libra at that, because Libra energy, isn't that your moon?
No, it's my rising.
Oh.
My moon is Sag.
Oh yeah, like me. I'm tripping. I know somebody who's a Libra moon. I can't think right now, but that's when the moon is in Libra. That's beautiful energy because of the sensitivity of it. The moon, of course, is nurturing energy. It's the motherly energy. It's water, and then the number 9 is nurturing. It can be intense, but it's emotionally caring and empathic. Can be forgiving or unforgiving. It depends on which side of the coin that person is on. And then it's really sensitive energy, being that Libra is the planet ruler is not Neptune. Sorry, Venus. Which is the same ruling planet for Taurus. Taurus and Libra both have Venus as their ruling planet. So Venus is, she's beautiful energy. They're beautiful. They like all things beauty. They love pleasure. Libra energy, Venus energy is all about pleasure. And so that's a really beautiful energy to be in on a full moon, because it's intensified. The love, if you're in a love romantic partnership, that's going to be a deep, sensual connection between couples that's meant to be. And to be honest with you, for because this is a collective type of energy. So even couples that may be actually karmic, is still going to experience this moment of being intimate and close in, a real affectionate energy. So that's a beautiful space for the full moon to be, especially, on the number 9 date. That's very nurturing, very sweet energy. Then when we get to, so I'm just laying out each date. First, we had the new moon and the sun in Aries on April 1st, 2022, with the numerology of that date being 11. Then we move on to the full moon on April 16th. So basically 2 weeks later, the full moon then is in Libra, with the numerology of that date being 9. And that's just very nurturing energy. So we go from being active, being driven, with an emotional clash to that, just from it being, you're going to feel like you have to do this to feel good about yourself. You need to accomplish this goal or be first at this or get this done in a fast amount of time so that you can feel accomplished, so that you can feel proud of yourself. It's really connected to your feelings, for the sun and the moon supposed to be in Aries on the new moon. And then, so like I said, we go to the full moon from that energy in Libra, which is just very sweet, accepting energy. Well, it's more airy, okay, of course, because Libra is an air sign.
It's an air sign.
And then with that date being 9, air and water doesn't always work very well together, but Libra energy and Cancer energy, which I'm bringing that up because the moon is Cancer energy in general. So with the full moon being in Libra, the Cancerian type of energy of the moon, the emotional, nurturing, motherly energy of the moon is going to pair with Libra in a very sensual way. Because both of those signs are very sweet. It's very sweet energy. It's loving energy. So it's a sweet, it's gonna, that moon phase, the full moon in Libra on April 16th is going to really have a big emphasis on couples in a beautiful way, in a good way, in a nice way.
Okay. I hope so. Because now it's a little rough, okay?
That's okay. That's okay. That's that fiery, clashing energy that we have right now. That's been building up. But yeah, like I said, that's even the energy that's kind of be out there for a couple that's not even really meant to be. Those are karmic relationships. So even those can feel real sensual and loving during that time of the full moon on April 16th. Then fast forward to April 30th.
Right.
So we're from April 1st.
Where we enter Taurus season.
Yes. And the solar eclipse. Solar is the sun. Lunar is the moon. So with the sun now moving into Taurus, and it's a solar eclipse on a new moon, both are in Taurus. I'm looking forward to that energy because I love Earth energy anyways, especially Taurus energy. They're so comforting, and I'm water, so I love Earth energy in general. I just, y'all give us comfort, love, help ground our emotions to where we're okay. You're the person, y'all are the energy that'll be like, there's nothing to stress about. You're good. Like
it's so funny that you say that because today when I got to the office, I stopped into the leasing office and to talk to the owner of the building, and I saw a little sign on her shelf that said, I don't stress because it doesn't match my outfit or something like that.
See,
I'm gonna have to go and take a picture of it because when I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, I need that.
Exactly.
Why do we stress? There's so much stress right now. For what?
Yeah.
Because everything that is happening is aligning for our highest good. So why are we stressing about it right now?
Right. I've been seeing that message and getting that message from everywhere. And Spirit is really just asking us to take action, do something about what you're stressed about. That's what this energy is. Last month, we got stuck in the stress of it and it being depressing and us feeling overwhelmed and like it never ends. And like you just have, now it's time to get up and shake it off, dust that off, and do something about what you want or any stress you have in your life. That's why, and like I said, if you don't know what to do, how to start eating better, start drinking more water, start exercising, declutter your space, clean your spaces. We can start there.
But what do you do when you have like all those things just, compounded on you? Like, you need to eat better. You need to work out. You need to clean out your closet. You need to clean out the refrigerator. You need to clean out your car. It's like all these things, but it's like, where do you begin? Where do you start?
See, it takes a little bit at a time, because that's the clash. That's the clash. It's the Aries energy of knowing that it needs to get done, feeling like it's urgent. And then there's the moon energy that's more relaxed. And it's like, what do I got to do all of that for? But feeling guilty about it if you don't do it. So how do you balance that out? Just, start off with one thing at a time. And that's what I've been doing. And it works. My kids' room, oh my gosh, it's always a disaster to the point where I almost want to fire them from cleaning their room and just let me do it, and then I have all the other stuff like the laundry, the crazy laundry, everything else. And then everything outside of the house that you have going on, like school and picking them up, going to pay bills. I mean, where do you start? And so I started with one thing at a time. Let me just take care of their room today, and I'll give everything else my attention, and then do more stuff in the house later. And after a while, each thing is getting sorted out one at a time. And then you look around and it's looking how you want it to. And all you did is pace yourself. So that's the energy of, the sun being in Aries and the moon being in Aries at the same time on the new moon, is to pace yourself. Don't rush yourself the way the shadow side of Aries energy can be. They can be impatient to the fact that it's like, can be self-sabotaging in a way, or just run yourself crazy thinking you have to go so fast. Yeah. You don't have to. So, and then, to go from the new moon energy on the 1st to a second new moon during a partial solar eclipse at the end of the month, we had the first day and the last day. This is kind of, a beautiful full circle moment. That's a full cycle. Right. You know what I mean? From the new moon to the full moon. And in both of those, back to the new moon. And in both of those, the new moon and the full moon, you have, I'm sorry. The first new moon and the second new moon, I'm not used to seeing 2 in 1 month. I'm sorry.
Right. Right. So, how rare is that? And how can we track? How can we forecast that moving forward, and how can we use it to our advantage?
So, okay, when you get to the end of the month and you have the sun and the moon in Taurus, we came from the sun and the moon, both new moon energy being in Aries, to both the sun and the moon with a solar eclipse, both being in Taurus on the last day. We had the new moon on the first day. So, going from that really active, driven, fiery energy to being grounded about it and setting the foundation and realizing that this is energy that you want to balance out, because again, we have the sun and the moon in the same spot during an eclipse, which is, an eclipse is like whatever sun or whatever moon phase times 1,000,000. Like a new moon during an eclipse is like a new moon on steroids.
Okay. I've been listening to the song. This lady, we call her the matriarch. She introduced me to this artist called, her name is Karen Drucker. And she has a song called Money is Coming. And girl, listen, I'm gonna send you a link to that song. I'm gonna put it in the newsletter this week too, because when I heard that song for the first time, the first song I heard was I'm blessed and I'm grateful. And then that song came on and I was like, yes.
Yeah. See, and that's what I've been doing when I've been seeing 111 and 1111, because it's a portal and we have to consciously control our thoughts. What better way to do it than affirmations? And if it's a portal, use that moment when you see that number 111 or 1111, start calling stuff, claiming stuff. And that's what I've been doing heavily, because I'm past the, feeling of just feeling stagnant and restricted. No, it's time for you to make some stuff shake. That's what it's time to do. Right. And then
what? I don't mean to cut you off, but I want to say this because your girl, Tia.
Oh, yeah.
How do we pronounce her name?
You remember I butchered it the last time. I
call
her T now.
I'm sorry, T.
Tia.
We gonna learn that name.
We love you.
I will say this. I watched her video the other day and she was talking about affirmations. And I was like, yo, I had never even thought about that. Now I heard of affirmations. Last year when I was on the spiritual retreat, I was listening to the Neville Goddard Nevolution channel on YouTube. And she was saying, okay, an affirmation is you asking the question, like, why am I so rich? And then you follow it up.
Oh, yeah, I seen that from Tia.
So you follow it up with an affirmation that says, I am rich, right? Well, Tia, the other day when I watched her video, she said, affirmations are you're speaking it in past tense. Like, listen, it was so easy to make that first million. I am experiencing riches.
What's amazing about that is how we understand what this is, the spiritual energy, universal energy. And we don't really tap into it unless you know how to astral project, or if you go into meditation, you can tap into it. But the ethers and the other side, there's no time over there. That's what eternity means. It's the absence of time. That is a ShaYism. I know it's been a while since I dropped some ShaYisms on here. But eternity is literally the absence of time. That's what it means. That's what that word, that's how I personally define it. So you have the past, the present, and the future all happening simultaneously. Right. And people who come back from near-death experiences and they talk about these experiences, they all say that. And, even the scriptures say a day is like 1,000 years to the Most High and vice versa, because there's no time there. So you can definitely do the past, the affirmation, the present, the affirmations, and the future, the affirmations. Yes. And think about, when you're trying to manifest something, if you're writing some, you want to put it in the present tense. I am.
One of the things you said about us being with the 3, 6, and the 9 energies, we can manifest with the 3, 6, 9 method. Right. So if you use an affirmation in the 3s, an affirmation in the 6s, and the affirmations in the 9, can you imagine how fast that manifestation would come?
You know what? To be honest with you, you can use 3 for all of those, because 3 by itself is past, present, and future by itself. You know what I mean? Right. And that because it's a trinity, and it's a common denominator of all of those numbers. At the end, so we forgot about how the full moon is on a number 9 date. So that's a date where we could be calling out those. And you know what? When I used to write out my manifestations, the things that I wanted to manifest, I have manifested some amazing things just from writing it. Okay. So a lot of spiritual teachers out there, spiritual guides, teach to write these in present tense. I am rich. I am wealthy. I am a star. I am famous, or I do have a good job. I make this much.
Yes.
I have these types of connections. I have true love. I am in love. I am loved unconditionally. I am loved and cherished and nurtured and cared for. When we do it in the present tense, the universe is going to be like, oh, we need to catch up. She's already there.
Yes. Oh, it's so funny that you say that. Girl, I'm telling you, we could go on and on because I be thinking about that sometimes. I'm like, you know what? The universe we're flying through this thing at astronomical speeds, right? And if we can think it, if we're told that metaphysically you can think a thing and it will come to fruition, it will manifest, right?
Right.
The universe does give us time to change our mind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But if you're on a wave, like right now, what I feel we're on, it's almost as if the universe really does have to catch up with us because we're already on that new timeline. We're already there. We're already millionaires. We're already in good health. You know, we're already looking good in our bodies. We're already feeling the love and connecting with people who are also in alignment with that love and with that integrity and with that respect. You know, I'm so grateful.
And I've been seeing so many messages that saying everything that you just said. New connections, sincere, genuine, authentic connections are coming our way with this energy that's like literally. And when I see those messages, it reminds me that that's actually important.
Right.
It's okay to feel like you want better connections in your life, to want sincere connections, to want authentic people around you, because we were not meant to be alone. That's not how this thing works. Right. That's why, you know, everything is connected. Everything that's happening in the sky is collective. You know, we're all a part of one big, beautiful light energy that all of these beautiful people that come back from, you know, their near-death experiences, they see and they find the light.
Right.
And if, you know, and then half of them are always talking about the people that they meet on the other side, like family members.
Yeah.
They don't even let you come into that side alone. We're never alone.
We're never alone.
You know what I mean? We're all connected, whether it's from that side and this side, because all of that is that fire, our nerves, and you look at the lightning and it's the same way. Everything is connected.
Yes. Yes.
And that's the harmony energy. That's the harmony energy. And then, you know, Libra energy represents harmony too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because she's balanced. She balances the scales.
Right. Oh, this is so good. This is so good.
That full moon in Libra on a number 9 date, that's harmony, things coming together. Yeah. And then that full circle moment going from a new moon on April 1st, the first day of April, to another new moon on April 30th, the last day of April. That's a full cycle, a full completion of any process. The number 9 represents completion as well. Completion of any phase, process, or cycle. That's why pregnancy is 9 months long. I told you I can write a whole book on the number 9 by itself. And with it being Libra, that's all harmonious energy. Right. So when we get to the end of the month with the solar eclipse and the new moon in Taurus, that's that grounded energy. Now we've pushed past the emotions. We've pushed past the funk, the depression. Now we're ready to take action. Now we're ready to shake off of that, you know, the past and emotional weights. You know, the Piscean energy is emotional. So now we're in Aries season, and then things are shifting physically, mentally, and emotionally. We have the new moon and the sun both in Aries. So we're looking at ourselves. This is a mirror. The sun, because the sun and the moon are opposites. The sun is the father. The moon is the mother. So if you have two planets in one sign, it's a mirror. This is your outer and your inner looking at yourself, you know.
Right. Oh,
so
girl.
it's beautiful energy. And then when we get to that full circle moment on, you know, the new moon, the second new moon of the month, both in Taurus, that's grounding. We're grounded now. We're building the foundations. Now we don't feel as prone to rush ourselves, because Taurus energy is patient. They're very patient. Yeah. Sometimes Tauruses take a long time to make big decisions. I know people that a girl, I know this one lady, she was in love with this Taurus, and he wanted to take his time. I mean, he took a long time because he wanted to get his finances together. He wanted to get his businesses going. He did not want to date anyone. He was feeling her. He loved her. The energy was good and beautiful, but he wanted to wait. And she was she's like, I'm not this patient. I can't keep waiting. Why are we waiting? But someone like that, you would think they're playing around, or you would think, you know, they're not serious, but they are. They're really laying down real foundation. So, you know, Taurus energy, it brings us back to being grounded and being patient. And at new moon in Aries was total opposite.
Well, let me ask you this, because, you know, I consider myself to be very patient. But right now, like, especially coming out of what last year and the year before has brought to a lot of us in the collective, I feel that I'm not as patient as I once was.
You know what? I've been starting to feel like that too. And so that's how we know it's a collective thing. That it has something to do with it. It could be some of the other planets. You know, it's,
but you know, a part of me feels like I'm still patient, like with my baby, for example. I'm still going to be patient with someone that is trying their best, and I can feel energetically that they're genuine and authentic, rather than dealing with someone who's blowing smoke, or, you know, just doing stuff that you don't really know what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, that's how I feel too. I've been feeling like, you know, you have the mind frame, you have the genuinity, you have the drive, the intentions. You know what I'm saying? To really do something from a space of integrity. Everybody don't have that. But what I'm learning with the lesson is, you know, everybody's not, you know, untrustworthy. Everybody's not. I've seen messages from, I've seen some Scorpio readings saying that. You know, Scorpio, that energy, they don't trust nobody. Scorpio energy has a trust issue, not just relationship wise, but with people in general, just in general. But everybody's not like that. And you don't know what a person's got to be. Your spirit might feel whatever it is. You can use some tarot cards or read, you know, look up the numbers to discern what you're seeing and get confirmation on it. But if we spend all this time wondering, like, is this person this way? And they're not, and they're really honest, you know, that we could have. And because I've been getting readings about that myself, like certain horoscopes that's been saying, everyone's not the same. The past is not the future. The past has nothing to do with the future. No matter how afraid you are, no matter how wounded you are, there still is importance in being vulnerable. It's a gift. It's an art. Being vulnerable is an art, you know. And while we have in these, you know, the new moon, the full moon, and the new moon again, and how it's going from that active, fiery energy that's unapologetic, unafraid, they're brave, they're courageous, they're always ready for war, whatever. And you go from there to the new moon again in Taurus, and it's grounded. That's a beautiful full circle moment where, you know, even during that time, with the sun and the moon both being in Taurus, We're focused on the material. We're focused on our finances and the emotional aspect to that as well, because of the moon being in Taurus at the same time. Money is energy. You know what I'm saying? If we feel if I had $1, ironically, for how many times I've gotten messages that I see from numbers that I look up and horoscopes and tarot readings, everything that's saying to trust yourself.
Yes.
Trust yourself. Trust yourself.
Yes.
Trust the universe. Surrender. And it's like, but I need to do this because I feel like my identity and my integrity is based on getting this done. And it's like, no, you need to pace yourself and get that done for the sake of it getting done. Not to prove a point, not to have a certain status, but for stability in general. And see, I'm speaking from my Mars being in Taurus. So that's very relatable energy to everything that's going on this month. My Mars is in Taurus, and that's like really similar to the energy of this whole month.
You know what? What is hold on. I have my natal chart saved somewhere.
Yeah, your Mars, your Mars is your passion. It's what you can get passionate about, even to the point of, it being angry passion. Mm-hmm. It's your drive, it's your ambitious side. It's how you are as a warrior. So when I'm at war with somebody, or if I got beef with somebody, or if I'm in an argument with someone, I'm a Taurus in that moment.
Oh, wow.
That's where my Mars is. Yes. And I've been, what's crazy about that? I've been the mediator of two people. It's so funny about it. These two people were both earth signs. Mm-hmm. One was a Virgo, one was a Taurus. And they would always be into it and would come get me and be like, she's saying this and he's saying that. And what do you feel? And how do you agree? And they were at odds, but me and that Taurus, like, yo, hey, we spoke on each other's level, literally. Yeah. Their energy was, they just couldn't agree on something that they was talking about. And his energy was a Taurus. He was a bull, wow. And she was a Virgo. She retreated for a little bit. She kind of got quiet, and they're sensitive, Virgo. But me and him, I'm like, hey, I said, you're aggressive. You're being a bull. I said, I understand your energy because I'm a Taurus when I'm at war.
Right.
So our energy matched. I said, but you got to look at her energy. Look at how she's responding to it. I got you. I said, I understand everything you're saying. Mm-hmm. I don't believe you're being aggressive. I know you're not trying to be aggressive, but look at the result. I had to get on his level. So like that energy is, when a bull is being a bull, honey.
Yeah, we bulls.
Yes.
We see red. We literally see red. And I love the color red. Red is my favorite color of all. And mm-hmm. when I get mad, I do see red, literally. Like it's bad.
You're a bull. You a bull.
It's
I love it.
Bad.
I wouldn't want to mess with you when you mad. I'll run away.
Sometimes I'm like, I'm super calm until I get to the point where I'm like, I've had enough,
Yeah.
You already know. Well, let's move right along. What else you got for us?
So to be honest with you, that's really it. I'm going to summarize it up and pull some cards.
Okay.
The way the astrology and the numerology of this month mm-hmm. is so balancing because of the new moon and the full moon, and then another new moon in April. Starting off in Aries, where the sun and the moon is both in the same place, and then ending the month with the sun and the moon both in the same place. This is a different sign. And you're going from that active energy, wanting to get things done, not knowing where to start because your emotions are involved in this, and needing to get these done for our own like insecurities and reasons like that. Mm-hmm. And with that, you just have to know how to pace yourself. It's a mirror. The sun and the moon is a mirror. So this is the outward and the inward looking at each other to find the balance of the light and dark energy of Aries. So that, that's just how the month starts.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, the full moon in Libra, April 16th. That's the energy of harmony. Then the number 9 is the numerology of that date, which also represents harmony and balance in its own way. And so at that time, we'll want things to be more balanced. And we would have put in that work and that energy and that effort that it takes to get things to balance out.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And, we have to be brave enough to do that, to step out there and do what it is that you need to solve your problem. Right. Do it out of love. Do it because this is what you want. Libra energy is about pleasure. This is what I want. This is what feels good to me. This is what makes me happy. So now you have a reason, a positive reason to do whatever it is that Aries energy was pushing you to take action to do.
Yeah.
Then at the end of the month, we have, both the sun and the moon, the new moon with a partial solar eclipse, both in Taurus. And this is grounded energy. This is needing stability, building that foundation. So whatever it is that you set out to do, with the fiery active energy, with that Libra Aries energy, just blowing it forward. Mm-hmm. And now we have to put the nails in the coffin and seal it and make this official and build it, okay, on a firm foundation so it can last. And at this moment, once again, the sun and the moon both are in Taurus, so it's reflected, just like the Aries energy being, with the sun and the moon. It's a mirror when the sun and the moon is in the same place. So it's outward energy and your inner energy. So we have to feel stable within ourselves. We have to respect ourselves. With that energy, with the sun and moon in Taurus, look at material things as things that doesn't define you, but things that will build you security. Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is the light and dark of both aspects. This is the sun and the moon. This is the mirror, the outer and the inner, looking at each other so we can create balance and stability and security within ourselves.
Right.
So accept yourself for who you are. Life will become easier. We'll find more peace and get more tranquility in the outside world if we're balanced on the inside and doing things for the right way and not based on ego.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I hope that makes sense.
No, it makes it makes complete total sense. So sis, I actually when I was doing my version of the report, I had pulled and I'm going to call this segment the collective energy outlook, the CEO of our forecast.
Yes.
I pulled from the tarot, the Fool card. And from my Oracle of the Radiant Sun deck, I pulled impulsiveness. On
Aries energy.
Girl, yes. No, if I show you, I'm on a different computer looking at this thing. But if I show you, the planetary placement is Mars and the zodiac is Aries on that card.
Ooh.
Let me see if I can show you the card.
Oh, impulsiveness. Yeah. That's that. All of that goes together very well because when a bull is in fiery warrior Aries,
mm-hmm.
that's definitely impulsivity for real.
Yeah, but for the purpose of the recording, if you want to go ahead and pull a card,
okay,
that's fine. So this is what
impulsiveness. Yeah. So I'm pulling from the Elemental Oracle deck since we've had a lot of conversations during today on it's elemental, it's earthy, it's mm-hmm. airy, it's harmonious energy. It's like the earth and the universe working together. Mm-hmm. I just feel it. drawn to the elemental oracle. Atoms, building. So, okay. The number 4 is on it, and I love that because, I just said something about building that security and building. I'm going to send you a picture of this. So this is the full moon. And the reason why this one is a big deal, this had to come out because the full moon is, the second new moon is a partial solar eclipse.
Mm-hmm.
And that's still extra intense. Even though it's partial, it still intensifies Taurus energy. And I said that was building. And it says atoms on it. You got to think of the building blocks of all of the elements. That's why I love the elemental oracle.
Are those sigils on there? Or is that those are the symbols for the elements?
Okay. Yeah, it has looks like a picture of a lot of moons in the water and the boats, and the number is 4, and it's building in atoms. Okay, as a 4, that is earth energy. That's my life path number. That is the master builder. The number 22, that's why it's a 4.
Mm-hmm.
Number 22 is the master builder. So that Taurus, that sun and moon, which also represents 2, is the master builder. We're building something. We've already taken the action. The air Libra, the Aries full moon is blowing that energy to say, let's go ahead and do it. Let's move forward. Let's be motivated. And then that Taurus moon, sun and moon, is just balance, and it's calmness, and it's actually building the foundation from start to finish, from top to bottom. You're building from the ground up. And that's why we needed that energy, that fire energy in the beginning to move forward with tenacity, drive. I'm going to pull one more from the elemental oracle. I still use that template that you made a long time ago, where you have the direction, the journey, the result, the advice, and the overall, and then the oracle, past, present, and future. But the way the cards come out, this is how I'm gonna pull it. So, let's see. We've got something to say. The past. So this is a waxing crescent card. Crescent. And it says the past, and it has the number 8 on it. That's movement, that's abundance, that's reaching for what you feel is going to make you feel fulfilled, and it's going to make you feel abundant, like you're not lacking anything. Your cup is full. So this is the path to get there, right? And we need the drive. We need the fiery energy. We need the motivation to get up and take that action, and then not be hard on ourselves about it, with the moon being in that same energy. Yeah. And being grounded about what we're building, and know that it's related to our path, the highest good.
Yes.
I'm going to pull from the wisdom, my mystical wisdom deck. This is so encouraging. Like, this deck is just sweet, and
that is so pretty.
I love it. These cards are so big. But everything in here is like, just, it lifts your spirit and gives you real answers, from a very like benevolent, positive side of things.
So really quickly, I just want to let everyone know that if you follow Abina Anum Bronx and at Bronx Holistic Healing, I will be on this Thursday's Transformational Thursday. And the title of this Transformation Thursday is Trust, Stepping Out on Faith, Knowing the Universe Got Me.
Yeah.
So I'll be talking about how the MetaSpiritualist came to be and what we do here on the MetaSpiritualist. I just had to say it like
woo,
that.
Woo, woo, woo. Okay. I like the way these cards came through. So the spirit is getting real. You know, the cards like to tell us the truth about what's coming up. And I love how it just correlates so well with everything that we talked about. So this card is a card of confrontation. And it says, pick your battles wisely.
Oh.
Now, why that's significant is because of the Aries energy. They always ready for war. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
They think people are at war with them when they ain't nobody at war with you. Why are you upset? Why are you angry? Who you ready to stab now? Like, what? I mean, we need balance in that energy. We need to be calm and stay grounded and not indulge into conflict and battle and war and competition. Because like I said, this says pick your battles wisely. So that's always a good thing to be able to do, to choose your battles. Some things is not your fight.
Listen, I tell you one thing, I don't like the silent treatment.
Oh yeah, that's war by itself. That's a silent war. That's what that is. That causes things to simmer.
Oh yeah.
But we have this card, letting go. Learn to let go. That's what it said.
Learn
to let go. Pick your battles wisely. So, whatever conflict or confrontation or silent wars that we come across, or, anything that's trying to trigger you, stay grounded and leave it alone, because we're headed for good fortune.
Oh, mercy.
We already pulled the card that had the 8 on it for the past. Yes. That's why our path is leading to abundance and good fortune. Okay. So we got time.
Invite that magic in. Yes.
Yes, honey.
So we got to get past the confrontation by letting it go to welcome in the good fortune.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And while we welcome in that fortune, we still have to build it. We still have to build the foundations.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We have to take that action to get on the path. You can't get on the path if you're not putting one foot in front of the other, sulking. And then again, even if we are doing it on a material level, on a physical level, we still have to be mental about it and do things for the right reasons. Do things for, out of integrity, not ego, not trying to prove a point, not trying to be the one who wins, not trying to be the one who's first. You know what I mean? So that's that.
Oh, girl, this was so good. I mean, every month is good, but
I know, right?
I think it's just this renewed sense of, I know that help is on the way. Our spirit teams have been working overtime. Mm-hmm. And I know that this season that is opening up it's changing the game completely.
Oh yeah, that's that transformative energy. That's just like, just like I said about 2 years ago. So now we're thinking about 2 years from now, 5 years from now. Is life gonna look completely different? And if so, I want to be a part of that process intentionally by putting forth real effort and action towards what I want to build on this path.
Right.
That ultimately leads to the abundance, our highest good. That's where we're headed, but we have to put our action behind it and not judge ourselves. Love ourselves for who we are. Pace yourself. There's no such thing as too fast or too slow. There's no such thing as early or late. There's no such thing as too early or too late. You're meant to do things when you're meant to do it. And you're going to do it when you want to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the action we have to take.
I told somebody yesterday, or not yesterday, but Saturday, I was like, I do what I want when I want to do it.
Okay.
As long as I'm not lying, cheating, stealing, hurting anybody, going against who I believe I am. Like right now, there's some things that I'm like, I'm just at a point where it's like, it is what it is.
Yeah. See, and that's letting it go.
Let it go.
Battles wisely. So we got good fortune that we trying to get to. It's already there. You know, we just have to materialize it with our own energy and intentions. And that's why Spirit is, urging us to be grounded and to do things from the right place. Yeah. So that's beautiful energy this month. I am thankful for this segment. I'm thankful for you.
Thank you.
I am looking forward to what's ahead. Life is life. That's something I always say. Life is life.
Yes.
Things get hard. Things get tough, but everything is happening for a reason. I started to roll my eyes after a while. Every time I would hear that, everything happens for a reason. I'm like, okay, but what's the reason? Like Cardi B said in that one Love and Hip Hop reunion, she was mad at whoever that was. She said, what is the reason? Mm-hmm. But we don't have to know what the reason is. We just have to keep one foot in front of the other. With good intention.
I love it. I love it. Well, thank you so much, Shay. Let them know where they can find you if they're new to our channel, our podcast.
If you are new to the channel, welcome. Thank you for being here. Please come next time. We're here every month. This is a monthly forecast. I can be found on Instagram. I am a Pisces, so I have to shout out to myself. My Instagram name is @Neptune's Fave Dreamer. It's my planet. I love Neptune. I just changed it and I love it. I love that. But so yeah, you can contact me there. I do readings, tarot readings, oracle readings, number charts, numerology readings, spiritual consultations, you name it.
Girl, I'm just so grateful that I'm surrounded by so much magic.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That one, this one card says invite the magic in. So we just don't bring in more magic by being vulnerable and opening and surrendering to the universe and what it's doing. Trust the universe, trust in the highest good, and be intentional about the moves you make and the steps you take and the way that you treat people. And we're set. Life gets off balance. Life seems overwhelming at times. Sometimes it feels like it sucks all the way around. But, the universe, God works in mysterious ways. And when you look back at how you come back from certain things, then you can look forward knowing that you're going to get to, the end of your path. You're going to get to the end of that rainbow, to your treasure, to your happiness, leaving this world being satisfied and happy and fulfilled that you came here to do what you wanted to do.
Right.
Your purpose, but also what you want to do.
Right.
So, blessings, sis. I love you.
Girl, I'm so sorry. I love you too.
I've been yawning this whole time myself.
Man, I don't know what it is. I had breakfast this morning at 10 o'clock. I'm not really hungry, but I'm going to snack because I got a few more things. I'm going to edit this and then I got a few more things I need to do before I get out of here. But yeah, girl, I'm tired.
Me too. I don't sleep. I don't have time.
Thank you all for tuning into this week's episode on the MetaSpiritualist podcast. We hope that this episode provides you with clarity, guidance, and comfort on your spiritual path or faith walk. To dial into our frequency, please be sure to follow us on Facebook at The MetaSpiritualist, Twitter at MetaSpirit21, and of course on Podbean, Apple, Google, the iHeartRadio app, Listen Notes, and on the TuneIn Radio app and Spotify. Also, we'd like to invite you to visit our brand new website at www.themetaspiritualist.com. Right there on the homepage, you can listen to the podcast, learn about our platform, and soon we will have a spiritual shop for all of your metaphysical and spiritual needs. You'll also find a page on our spiritual offerings if you would like to book a session. If you haven't already done so, subscribe to our newsletter. Each week, I release a new issue that shares a personal perspective, an affirmation for the collective, a hype of a friend of the MetaSpiritualist. If you enjoy the content being brought to you, feel free to message us at metaspiritualist@gmail.com. Until next time, we hope that you are in peace, harmony, love, and abundance.